What's on YouTube? It's PTT back at it with another Destiny 2 video. Today guys, we are going to be looking at legendary weapons, and I'm going to be giving you the opinion of myself and my teammates and everyone I've played with over, the past week or so. I want to give you our top 5 weapons. The top 5 weapons I think that you should all have in your character inventory one way or another. Of course, that being said, I am going to be staying away from raid weapons and trials weapons and things like that because not everybody can or will do those activities. So I don't want to be like, yeah, have this weapon from the raid. It's an absolute beast if people can't get hold of it. So we're going to be concentrating solely on weapons that you can get from the PvE world, your quests, your activities, the Crucible, by playing the Crucible and things like that. All of these weapons are very good, they're easily obtainable, and there is no reason why any player can't get the weapons I am about to name. So all of that aside guys, let's just jump straight into it. First up, I want to talk about the clear PvP beast that is the Uriel's Gift. Now I'm not going to go too much into depth with this weapon because I actually recently did a weapon review on it. You can find that video linked in the description down below if you missed it. But the Uriel's Gift, what kind of perks does it have on it? Well, it has the precision frame. This weapon's recoil pattern is more predictable vertically. It has the Spark PS and the Flash HS5. These are a short and medium scoped zoom. We have high caliber rounds. Shots from this weapon knock the target back further, and again you start to see why this is such a brilliant PvP weapon. It has steady rounds. This magazine is optimized for recoil control, and it has tap the trigger, grants a short period of increased stability and accuracy on initial trigger pull. And like I said before guys, this thing is a total monster in PvP, as I'm sure if any of you have played in the Crucible you already know, but it also stacks up fairly well in PvE. Okay, I use mine in the raid, I use it in strikes, I use it in the Nightfall. I actually have one on Void and one on Arc, which is very nice because I can swap it out on burns and things like that. I love this weapon. I love auto rifles as a whole. I like the way they feel, and I definitely think this is a weapon you should all have in your character inventory somewhere. Moving on to number 2, we have to look at what is, without a doubt, a dominating scout rifle at the moment. This is the Nameless Midnight. This is a Vanguard scout rifle, and again, is very competitive in the Crucible, but also one of, if not the hardest hitting scout rifles for PvE, and its perk list is as follows. Again, we have precision frame. This weapon's recoil pattern is more predictable vertically. We have the Red Dot 2 MOA, the Red Dot Micro, and the Rifle Scope SSF, and these are 2 different short zoom scopes and 1 long zoom scope. We have Flared Magwell, optimized for faster reloading. We have steady rounds. This magazine is optimized for recoil control, and we have explosive payload. Projectiles create an area of effect detonation on impact. Now this is actually what makes this weapon very good for PvE and for PvP. See, in PvP, the thing hits like a train, okay? It's like a laser beam as well, so landing those headshots is very easy, giving you a very good time to kill. The explosive rounds mean that the area of effect detonation can and often will, especially in things like trials where teammates are grouped up together, very closely. You can actually get multiple kills with this just from the area of explosion, and that obviously carries over into PvE. If you're tapping up targets in PvE, then you kill one and the area of explosion goes around them and can also weaken other AI around them. It's a very, very nice weapon. Sure, it's a slower firing scout rifle than some of the others, but I absolutely love the thing. I carry it everywhere, and again, if you guys have tuned into my streams and watched raids or strikes or nightfalls, anything like that, you will know that I use this thing an awful lot. Next then, we have the Better Devil's Hand Cannon. Again, like the Nameless Midnight, this thing is great in both the PvE and PvP environment thanks to its archetype and its perk list. So, the perks on this weapon are as follows. We have Adaptive, a well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. We have the Fast Draw HCS, the Steady Hand HCS, and the Sure Shot HCS sights. These are 3 varying sights that can change the hand cannon stability, handling and range. We have Extended Mag. This weapon has a greatly increased magazine size but reloads much slower. We have Flared Magwell, optimized for faster reloading, and we have Explosive Payload. Projectiles create an area of effect detonation on impact. Basically guys, in short, without, obviously it's missing Outlaw, but this is Destiny 2's Fatebringer. It hits like a train in the Crucible. It destroys things if you are accurate with it. But in PvE, this thing is just incredible. I absolutely love it. Again, if you tuned into any of the streams, you will see, like, for most encounters, I am running the better Devils. I absolutely love this thing. Even in the Crucible, like, depending on what kind of map I'm playing, if I don't need a scout rifle to have the on longer range maps, I am running my better Devils and my Uriel's gift. That is like my optimal setup for PvE and for PvP. Obviously, I just swap it up here and there for certain encounters where I do need my scout rifle, but I love this thing. Absolutely love it. I know a lot of other people like it as well. Like, as far as hand cannons go, I honestly don't think personally you can get much better. Now, I don't know how statistically better any other hand cannons might be, but as far as usability and things like that, I love it. PvP, you can kill things very easily. PvE, you can kill things very easily. Guys, go and get yourself one of these. Lob it away. Use the thing. Don't just sit on it if you've got one in your vault. Seriously, use it. It's incredible. Up next, again, we have a scout rifle. We have the Call to Serve. And again, like the Uriel's gift, I'm not going to hold up on this too long, but you can find my full video and weapon review for what is an incredible PvE scout rifle, linked in the video description. The perk list for this weapon then are as following. We have Precision Frame. This weapon's recoil pattern is more predictable vertically. We have the IS-5 Circle, the Model 8 Red, and the Mark 15 Lens. These are 3 varying zoom scopes ranging from a short range zoom to a long range zoom. We have Extended Mag. The weapon has a greatly increased magazine size, but reloads much slower. We have Appended Mag. This weapon's magazine is built for a high capacity. And we have Triple Tap. Rapidly landing precision hits will return 1 round to the magazine from reserves. And as I said at the beginning, guys, you'll find the full review to this scout rifle in the video description down below. But think of this as Destiny 2's Chaos Dogma on steroids because of how many rounds it has in the magazine. It hits hard, it has Triple Tap, which is great for high boss DPS. And as I actually found out in the Crucible and in Trials, especially last week, it can be very, very good in the right hands for PvP. My own teammate was using this and he was absolutely melting other players. Like, it is an incredibly good weapon in the Crucible. But as far as PvE goes, like I said, Triple Tap, we all know just how good Triple Tap can be from Destiny 1. Especially if you're landing the precision shots, you know, if you're going up against something like a Servitor or any other boss with a high surfaced area, precision area, you can get a lot of shots off, and you can obviously get a lot of them landed as precision hits. You return a lot of ammo to the magazine, and that saves reloading, ultimately increasing your damage output. It's very good. I love this weapon. You can get it from Devon K in the European Dead Zone along with other areas. I highly recommend you go and get this. And now we move on to the tricky part, guys. Okay, this is number 5, and what I wanted to do here was actually give you my personal top 5. Over the last couple of days, obviously, like I said at the beginning of the video, myself, my teammates, we've all been talking, we've all been discussing, and slowly through the week, we have all agreed that the weapons I have just named were brilliant for various things, for PvE, for PvP, some of them brilliant in both areas. But when it came down to picking that number 5 slot, you know, everyone's opinion was split. We have different players on the team that are different characters. Everyone has different play styles. Everyone prefers different game types, so PvE or PvP. And that led to a lot of debate about what we should put in this slot, okay? Would you be like myself, someone who loves the Mida mini tool, you know, loves the SMGs and the run and gun playstyle? You know, some of my friends are proper PvP players and they love things like the Last Hope, which is the sidearm, absolutely brilliant. Some of my guys are pulse rifle users and they still love the Nurgle PR4, and it made it really difficult to actually come up with a number 5 top weapon that you should all have in your inventory that wasn't a raid or trials weapon. So I thought, how could I settle this? And you know, it was very simple. Pass the question off to you guys and ask you, what do you think is another weapon, a number 5 weapon that every Guardian should have in their backpack, in their inventory, that doesn't come from the raid, it doesn't come from trials, so it is easily obtainable to any Guardian no matter what they decide to play in. What would you have, guys? What would you take with you and say, yes, this thing is absolutely brilliant, you should all have one, but also why we should have it? Okay, so get typing, let me know in the comment section, because I would generally love to know what your thoughts are and why you personally like said weapon. Like I say, I'm a run and gunner, I love my SMGs, but I have friends that cannot stand SMGs, any of them. They literally don't like any SMGs in the game. But the thing as well, guys, like when we were trying to work all this out, and I thought, okay, I'll pass it off to you guys, it made me realise, talking to everybody, that the game is in a brilliant state at the moment when you can have so many different weapons that are good in different areas, but they're also all viable, okay? Yes, if you're using a scout rifle versus an SMG, and as the SMG player, let's say you're in PvP and you come up against a scout rifle, you're not going to win that gunfight. But if you're up close with that SMG against a scout rifle, then you are going to win that gunfight, you know? Every single weapon is situational, and they are good in the situations that they are designed for, and I love it. You know, I really do love the variation of weapons in game. I love the fact that there are so many viable options that, okay, it's like, right, I want to use this weapon, whereas in Destiny 1 it would be like, oh, well, I can't use that weapon because I'd be at a disadvantage. In Destiny 2 you can use that weapon, you won't be at a disadvantage, you may just need to play in a certain way, but that might suit your playstyle brilliantly, and to you then that becomes a fantastic weapon. So yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video then because I'm starting to waffle a little bit. Again though, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you liked the video and found it helpful, drop a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new for daily Destiny videos. But for now, Guardians, as always, thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, we'll catch you all soon.